Welcome in. This is a Divine Feminine Dark Night of the Soul reading. If you haven't already, check out the Divine Masculine Dark Night of the Soul reading for clarity, for intention, for purpose. It will tell you what's going on with your outer Divine Masculine moving through this Dark Night of the Soul. I did a nice introduction there, so I'm not going to do a lengthy introduction here for this Dark Night of the Soul, but I talked about ascension symptoms, what to look out for, and how the masculine energy is moving through this. It gave a lot of clarity. So this is for the divine feminines. This masculines, you'll want to watch this. Feminines, you'll want to watch this. Read for your inner masculine, inner feminine and your outer feminine. Those of you who are seeking a private reading, reach out to me, please, at the email listed below. And I'm booking into the month of July. And please know I do so much more than just twin flame readings. I focus on the astrology of the given month, and I focus on your true soul purpose and providing guidance into your mission and helping you receive more clarity. It's not just a reading, it's a guidance session. So I'll be booking those through July, and we're gonna get started. Okay, so Divine Feminine. Let's check in with your general energies here, Divine Feminine, moving through this Dark Night of the Soul, DNOTS. Let's check in, calling in the guides, calling in Archangel Michael to create this loving veil of protection and guidance around this reading, calling in Archangel Raphael and Archangel Metatron, because I feel the impatience of a lot of the feminines as I'm starting to shuffle the cards. I feel a lot of jittery emotions for the feminines, a lot of anxiety, sleepless, restless nights. And I'm not surprised because your masculines receive the Nine of Swords energy, so you will be transmuting for them as well. All right, general energies here for the feminines moving through the Dark Night of the Soul. Wow, this is a lot of cards, but we're going to take them all. The Devil. Interesting. The Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups. The masculine got the 10 of Cups and the Lovers. So there's love in the air, Divine Feminine. Masculine got the Ace of Pentacles. You're receiving the Ace of Cups. Aces, as you probably know by now if you've been watching my channel or other tarot readings, aces indicate a new, fresh start. It's like a clean slate. And of course, Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, the realm of the emotions, the realm of the heart. There is a love offering coming in for feminines. Now, as I've been talking about soulmates coming in for the counterparts, I think it's important to say this could very well be a soulmate or multiple soulmates coming in to offer a cup of love. I know this triggers people, and that's okay. It's not my job to refrain from saying something to keep the status quo. It is my job as a guide to tell you what I'm seeing. Especially coupled with the Nine of Cups, this soulmate or these soulmates could offer peace for the feminine's heart, moving through this Dark Night of the Soul. They're coming in at this time for a very specific reason to help you move through these feelings of depression, these feelings of just being alone, having to do all of this on your own, not having a masculine presence to walk you through this, feeling like, where is that partner? So the soulmates are coming in to really assist the feminine, to make her feel less alone. And you know, Nine of Cups, traditionally speaking, is wishes fulfilled. So let's talk about that for a second, feminine. You know, let's talk about how that feels to have your wishes realized. This is harmony and bliss in the realm of love. So these new beginnings in love could be very beneficial for the feminines and helping you reach a more balanced place with your emotions, helping you to balance out your emotions, but also teaching you how to open your heart again after a period of maybe closing off the heart due to situations that occurred within your connection with your masculine. Again, you know, soulmates come in for reasons. Don't shut off a soulmate just because you're a twin flame. So a lot of worries and fears are going to be cast away at this time for the feminines. This is a brand new phase. And because, as I've been saying, energy of money is directly correlated to the energy of love, You're going to be seeing fresh abundance coming in, feminines, especially as we move into the month of July here. Things are going to shift along as we move out of some of the retrograde energy. Even though Neptune's just gone retrograde, that doesn't necessarily deal with money. It deals more with your emotions. It deals with the subconscious, the mind, illusions, etc. So this is going to be in terms of Mercury going retrograde, coming out of eclipse season. Things have been eclipsed out for you, divine feminine, and it was a dark night of the soul, indeed. And you may have many dark nights of the soul. This doesn't have to be a massive dark night of the soul. There can be many dark nights of the soul, leading to epiphanies and realizations, and to bring in and draw in more light into your vessel, remembering the remembrance of the beauty of this journey. So the devil, that could indicate that, again, there's some distractions on your path, feminine, in regards to these soulmates that are coming in. Some of you are regarding the soulmates as like a negative thing, or it's almost like you're being punished, or you're a bad person if you choose a soulmate. But there are no rules to this journey. This is your journey, and you get to decide what you need and what works for you, feminine. I really think it's important that we don't look at this in a negative light, but that we look at this in terms of what you're moving through here. You know, there is some fire energy, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Devil, the fiery hooves here, the hooves that are on fire. It's like walking over hot coals. So there are things that are coming up right now to be transmuted, to be absolutely burned away in the fire. You cannot burn the parts of you that are meant to stay in the fire. It will not burn who you are. It will only burn away who you are not. And that's a quote by, I believe, Rumi, the ancient poet. You're not going to burn away who you are. So I think we need to step away from that idea that the soulmate is going to retract, us, or take us away from our twin flame journey, or we're going to be punished if we choose a soulmate, or it's wrong, or it's immoral. It's none of those things. So if soulmates are coming in as friends or guides or mentors or lovers, allow them in, feminine. Don't push them aside just because they're not your twin flame. They're teachers, they're guides. You've had past lives with these people, so it's okay to entertain the thought of enjoying a soulmate at this time. Feminines are in the midst of grappling with, healing from addictions, healing once and for all any ideas you had about love bringing in pain. And again, this is really, I see, about opening your heart. So feminine, this dark night of the soul that you've currently traversed through has been arduous, has been extra challenging, extra painful, has left you mentally, physically, spiritually exhausted. And at the same time, it's taught you how to appreciate the journey, and how to appreciate your emotions, how not to push your emotions away, how to honor those emotions. You're breaking free here. The Page of Wands represents freedom. It represents the energy of someone who would be considered a visionary, somebody who has these incredible ideas and is very inspired and passionate and doesn't always follow through on these ideas. So that could be why the Devil card showed up, because maybe you've had trouble, feminine, getting things off the ground, projects off the ground. In particular, over the last several years, the energy has been so heavy, it may have been challenging for you to see a way forward. Even if you had these incredible ideas, it's like you didn't have the energy or vitality or clarity because you were stuck in a perpetual brain fog or fatigue or just pain, mental, physical anguish and pain. And then the separation from your counterpart may have threatened to do you in, and you just sort of gave up on these dreams. So that could be why the Devil is here too. But with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups, I just realized we had two aces in this reading. I don't know why I didn't realize that before. Wow. So passionate beginnings, new ways of seeing things, a shift in your perception, feminine, and a shift in your heart space. This is like taking your journey to the next level. Abso-freaking-lutely. Taking this to the next level. And you're going to get unstuck after you move through this dark night of the soul. The Ace of Wands, as you can see, is like radiates light and abundance and it radiates expansion. So you're going to be, this is like so much energy in this card, and it's going to eradicate any of the devil energies anyway, because I mean, look at you've got the 9 of Cups, you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got the Ace of Cups. You've got the Page of Wands. You've got all of this energy of inspired, creative action. There's new growth all around you, Divine Feminine. New growth. And you know what? Also new growth in your heart space. New growth in your heart space here. New growth in your heart that's going to open you up to new experiences. That's going to allow you to reframe past experiences. Very vital and key to you moving forward, Divine Feminine, with more space in your heart and less room for grudges or pain or blame or shame or anger or even heartbrokenness. Just being grateful for everything that's transpired. One of my soulmates that's shown up here is teaching me how, and by the way, I'm not saying this is a romantic soulmate, so don't jump to conclusions. But a soulmate friend who's shown up, and he's teaching me how to live in the present moment, how to just appreciate the now. And it's a beautiful, beautiful lesson for me. Feminine, you've got spider energy. So spider energy, you're going to be interesting. We're looking at the energies. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. We were on the animal spirit, animal medicine card for the Divine Feminine. So Divine Feminine, you've got spider weaving her complex web here, her intricate web. And I feel like she's kind of asking the universe through this dark night, what is going to fall into my web? Who will be lucky enough to be caught? And she's catching all sorts of things. She's catching ideas. She might be catching feelings. She's catching prospects, in not just love, but work and friendship. And things are really shifting and changing for the Divine Feminine. Hi, baby. So very much at this time. Like the world, the wheel is turning, the world is spinning for the Divine Feminine. And even though it feels ungrounding and scary for the Divine Feminine because she doesn't know what the future holds, there's very much this energy for the DF of creating and being the creator of her own prosperity. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And Divine Feminine, maybe asking yourself, in what ways have I limited my prosperity? In what ways have I, this dark night is showing you in what ways have you maybe blocked your abundance through your own limiting beliefs or thoughts that have been implanted in you by others, really since your inception. This is creative energy, creatrix energy, the energy of the Empress, the energy of, the embodiment of the Empress, the mother, the creator, the maker, the woman who has it all and embodies it all. So this is about spiritual growth and wealth as well as physical wealth and growth. I think it's important, Divine Feminine, what I'm gathering or gleaming from this card is important for you to not just focus on the results at this time. Like, don't focus on a specific number at this time. Sometimes, yes, this is very efficient and a very efficient way of manifesting, but for now, focus rather or instead on the experience that's bringing you to that abundance, if that makes sense. Focus on, okay, what am I creating along the way? So enjoy the process. Now, what's interesting is while I was moving the cards out here to finish the reading here outside, because it's really nice out, the Lover's card, all the cards from the Osho Zen Tarot deck came flying out. And this one, I picked this one up out of all of them. And then I went and picked the rest of them up. But I picked this one up and I thought, wow, the Lovers came out for the masculines, and in a way the Lovers just came out for the feminine. So interpret that how you will. I'm going to leave that one open to interpretation, Divine Feminine. But what I do want to do is focus in on how the divine feminine is blasting through challenges on this dark night of the soul. I mean, we talked about that quite a bit here with the spider card, but let's see if the tarot will give us more insight. How is the feminine blasting through any challenges on this journey, this dark night of the soul? Interesting. The masculine got the Page of Cups and the feminine is getting the Queen of Cups. What's interesting is the masculines, you'll have to watch the masculine readings. The masculine's got the King of Cups for the feminine, which can be a little kind of closed off emotionally, a little stoic, a little, the card's closed off a little bit. So that's how the masculines are currently perceiving the feminines. But in the feminine's own reading here, she's getting the Queen of Cups, which is like the opposite energy and can sometimes even indicate that there's some lingering codependency or codependent traits that might be part of what's being cleansed at this time and cleared during this dark night that the feminine's moving through. But also it's showing that she's open and blossoming and blooming. She's open and receptive to these changes, to these challenges. So I think that really the guidance would be to stay open, divine feminine. Eight of Cups. So a lot of watery energy indicating that your masculine was right in interpreting that you are in your heart space and he's also in his heart space. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away from things, walking away from people, walking away from experiences that have left you almost feeling robbed in a way. Like experiences that have left you completely emotionally depleted, and you're not looking back at those 8 cups. You're done. Because after the 8 cups, after you walk away and free your energy and your heart, you reach the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. And then you reach the 10 of Cups, which is joy and bliss and union. So this is preparing the feminine to receive her wish fulfillment. This dark night of the soul, preparing the feminine to receive everything you dreamed of, everything you want, even though it doesn't seem like that or feel like that right now. One of the other challenges right now could be, the Knight of Wands here, the intensity with which things are moving forward or with which you're being pushed forward, divine feminine. So it can definitely feel at times for the divine feminine like this journey has knocked you upside down and inside out and really stripped you of all of your energy. And this, to me, in this reading, this card is saying, this Knight of Wands says to keep going. Keep stoking that fire underneath you, feminine. Keep charging forward. Keep that momentum going. Don't let anything drag you down or take you out or threaten to strip you of everything you've worked so hard for. How is the divine feminine seeing the divine masculine as she's moving through this dark night of the soul? Oh, wow. So you're both on the same page. You're perceiving your masculine to be in the 10 of Cups energy. Your masculine is, in fact, in the 10 of Cups energy. So that's pretty freaking cool. So you guys are going to start to move to be more on the same page, you know, energetically here. And I think that's coming rather quickly. And then we have the Two of Wands. This can be long-term planning, thinking about the future, thinking about long-term goals. And, you know, you see how the Two of Wands, they start out kind of far apart, distance-wise, physically distant, and then they're slowly merging together. So that's the merging of the future. So feminine, you absolutely do still see a future with your masculine. Even if you're kind of confused currently, or you're not seeing any action in the physical world, or you're seeing maybe very little action, or things have gone quiet, as I mentioned in the masculine reading, you're still wanting your 10 of Cups with your counterpart. Oh, no, you didn't. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, no, you didn't. Hey, baby. Yeah. Hi, lovey. Okay, so feminine. Let's close out your reading here with near future energies. What's happening in the near future as you walk through this dark night of the soul? Cards are just not cooperating with me today. I think it's the humidity. Near future energies. Wow. Two of Swords and Eight of Swords. Okay, needing to bust through an illusion. So busting through an illusion, and you know, Eight of Swords is often the card of blindfolding yourself and sort of choosing not to see clearly. So you're going to be feminine, choosing to see more clearly as you move through to the other side of this. And then the Two of Swords. You know, honestly, the Two of Swords is sort of, yes, it talks about choices, as the two cards often do. But the Two of Swords is really like, you're like the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, because they came out together. Be mindful. This is sort of like a foreshadowing or a warning for the divine feminine to be mindful as you move through this dark night of the soul, that coming up, you might sort of block your own vision. You might sort of keep yourself in this energy where you're still not seeing things clearly, and where you feel sort of powerless to change your situation. So this is just sort of like a heads up for the divine feminine. Those are some challenging energies, especially when placed together like that. So what I want to do is I want to can you please clarify, Spirit, the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords for the divine feminine near future energies? There may be another hopeless moment. Yeah, nothingness. There may be another moment here, divine feminine, okay, where you feel like, again, like nothing is happening. And you may sort of feel like you've gone into the dark again, or like things have gone dark again. This is, you know, the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. You may... Yeah, this could be challenging for the divine feminine. But there's this quest for knowledge. You're going to want to figure out what's going on. So there's going to be, you're not going to be okay with this status quo of things kind of being confusing. You're going to want to, okay, what is going on, and why do I feel blocked again? Whether it's abundance or love, or, you know, usually again, those things are tied in together, so it could be both. But why do I feel this way again? And what can I do to bring myself to more clarity and to a place of just greater peace and greater wisdom and understanding about what's going on? So the Hierophant's coming in to help unblock your vision, and just bring you to a place of being content and okay with not knowing what's happening. So it's like Spirit's not going to tell us what's happening, basically. Spirit doesn't want us to know what's happening. Okay, advice for the divine feminine. Moving through those challenging, complex energies. Advice for the divine feminine. Work on ways of releasing your stress. 7 of Wands. You could feel like you're going to sort of, the saying, blow a top, like just sort of like, okay, things that are becoming too much in the near future. Be mindful of that, feminine. Be mindful of the ways in which you manage your stress. Any other advice for the divine feminine? Don't be stingy. Wow. It's like the end of this reading, the universe decided to put the smackdown for the divine feminine, getting really real here, guys. So yeah, deal with stress in a healthy way, okay? Not through addictions, not through like denying your emotions, denying the stress, or letting it build up and then just feeling totally powerless. Be mindful, not to hoard your emotions or hoard your belongings or hoard your abundance. Is when we hoard our abundance and we don't spend it, what happens is we're sending out this message to the universe. So then no more abundance can come flowing in because we're not spending money. You have to spend money to receive money. But we often get scared when we're in a place of, lack of abundance. And this was taught to me by a wise teacher many years back, actually, probably 5 years ago, that, you want money to be your friend and you want to have a healthy relationship with money. Okay, feminine, so that has been your Dark Night of the Soul reading. I know things are going to get a little challenging here, but remember, look at what's coming up. See the bigger picture here. Okay, be the spider. Manifest through all of this beautiful energy that you have here. Remember to let go and release so that you can welcome in the new beginnings. You've got the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups. All hope is not lost, even if you have this mini Dark Night of the Soul that wants to come up in the near future. You know what? I'm going to do one more card here for, say, like, I oftentimes don't focus on timing, but let's do 3 months from now. So that would put us in September, October, 3 months from now for the feminine. Yeah, you're going to be completing this cycle. So in 3 months from now, you're going to be moving out of this energy, out of this cycle. So not to worry, it's a short period here. You know what to be on the lookout for. Therefore, you have more power. You know how to handle what's coming. We've talked about the obstacles. We've talked about the challenges. Take really good care, guys. Know that all is well. This too shall pass. And this is just a cycle that needs to be completed for you to move forward on your journey. Focus on letting go. Focus on the love. Focus on the decisions to be made during this time. Don't give in to the energy of the devil. Sorry, it's a cat chasing a lizard. And take really good care, guys. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Be well.